Okay, something I've always wanted to do but never got around to it. Ranking the Kiss albums. Only the classic era Kiss from 1973 up to Unmasked 1980. I was one of those guys that got turned off at the Dynasty album, and I kind of fell off the grid there. I had the album Unmasked. I don't know how I had it. Somebody gave it to me. I didn't quite like it back then. But I should say Unmasked and Dynasty have grown on me in my older years, and I kind of like them both now. Not as much as the others, but I didn't just toss them away like I did when I was younger. When I was one of those guys that once that disco thing came out with Dynasty, I kind of fell off the grid with Kiss. And I never had Creatures of the Night or The Elder. I did buy it, but The Elder later. Still didn't like it. And then out of curiosity, when they took their makeup off, Lick It Up I bought. So I should mention a few of these first. Honorable mentions, I guess. I did like this album. Now, I'm not a fan of anything Kiss did pretty much after Unmasked. But I bought this just because it was the first time without the makeup in 1983, I think. I was a sophomore in high school. And I did like it a lot. This is a really good album. Very hard, very heavy album. All these songs are really good. Exciter's amazing. Not for the Innocent. Lick It Up, a greatest song on the album. Young and but these are really good songs. Heavy, hard. All Hell's Breaking Loose. Another of my favorite. So I did like it. I mean, I think Vinnie Vincent added a lot to it. Maybe that's why I liked it. But I did hear a few songs of the others. Didn't like it. Didn't grab me. So I pretty much stopped after this. I didn't go further. I never owned those other albums in the 80s. Asylum, Crazy Night, all that crap in the 80s and 90s. I never really bought it. And I don't even know it. I just know a few songs from hearing them on the radio and on MTV. But to me, that's not Kiss. I should go on the record now to say, to me, Kiss is Ace, Gene, Paul, and Peter. That's it. Without them, it's not Kiss to me. But this album I did like. Not to the point where I liked all the others, classic ones, but it's a good album. I should mention this one was good. When they did the acoustic. Again, Ace and Peter were there. And I think this sounded really good when they did this in the 90s. I'm not a fan of the 90s Paul reunion sound where his voice got really high. I actually played in a tribute band. I never did that era. I only did the 70s Kiss sound with the raspy Paul voice. But here, when his voice got higher, I was never a fan of it. Even here it started to get high. But it's still good here. But I did enjoy this unplugged section. I should say that this one I bought out of curiosity later on in life. I still haven't really dove into this enough. I put it on once or twice, and then I never got back to it. I should dive into it again. A lot of people like it. I think this is with Ace and Eric Carr only on this one, but I should try to listen to this still now, but I haven't gotten around to it. The solo albums. This is going to blow people's minds the way I rank these. But to me, being I was Paul Stanley in the band, and he's my favorite member. I ranked his album last. And I'll tell you why. The first one that is obviously the best, I think everyone would agree Ace Frehley's is the most complete solo album. Well written, and pretty much all the songs are good. Again, it doesn't sound like Kiss, it sounds like Ace, that's what I like. I wanted to hear in these solo albums. I didn't want to hear a solo album of Kiss again. I wanted to hear their own thing. That's where Paul lacked. To me, this is too much Paul still trying to be Kiss on this album. The only song I really like is Tonight You Belong to Me. There's some on here that are just horrible. But this is Paul still trying to be Kiss. I wanted to hear their individualities in these albums. Aces, you hear his individuality. You still hear a little Kiss in it, which obviously they can't shake, but this is too much Paul still trying to be Kiss, and it's like he's just like pulling shit out of his ass, and it just doesn't sound right to me. I don't know, it doesn't appeal to me. So I would put this last, believe it or not. The next one would be, the least favorite, would be Peter. Now, everyone says Peter's is shit, but I like it because it's him. It's his own thing. The jazzy, soft kind of sound. And it's listenable. I could actually just put it on and, listen. This I can't listen to. So Peter's would be next. Then Gene, least favorite. Gene, again, you hear his individuality in his music. It's not Kiss, it's Gene Simmons. Again, you still hear a little of the Kiss thing in all four of them, but, Gene tried to do different things. He had other background vocals in there, different musicians, whatever. It's a little of his own thing. And, of course, Ace I put at the top. But that's why this one I would put at the bottom, believe it or not. Disappointed. It's disappointing because he's my favorite guy in the band growing up. So that's how I would rank that one. Just to go on the record, if I had to pick one as my favorite, it would be obviously Kiss Alive. I don't think anyone would disagree. This is their all-time best sounding production, and all the classic songs. And Alive 2. The production of Alive 2 I do not like. It's so much treble in it. There's not enough bass in this. It's just very scratchy, and I still do like the way the songs sound on this. But you gotta pump the bass up when you put this on, because I don't know who produced this. These last songs, All American Man, Rockin' in the USA, Larger Than Life, Rocket Ride, with the exception of Any Way You Want It, are awesome. These 4 songs, I would have just made another album with these. Just threw these on and then put them 3 or 4 more and made a whole other album. They're amazing. All American Man, Rockin' in the USA, Larger Than Life, and Rocket Ride. Amazing songs. And they just threw them on here. So the reason I have doubles of these is because I used to practice. I'd have one at home and one in my car. When I'd practice my singing in my car, trying to emulate Paul's voice, I'd put one finger in one ear, crank it up, and try to sing to his voice. A lot of practice it took. And I'd have another at home where I would be playing to the guitar with them. So that's why I bought these. This is before the internet, late 90s, early 2000s. So there was no YouTube then or anything, no Apple Music or iTunes, whatever. That's why there. So, the ranking now of the classic albums, I should say. One more thing I want to mention is double platinum. I always love the double platinum. I love the production of these songs, the way they sound here. I love Strutter on here, better than on their first album. Some of them are exactly the same, but others, they just redid them. And I always liked this album. I like the way Detroit Rock City here. Little mild differences they added in the songs. They added a few more verses, and the production's different, which I like here. I always liked this album. So, my least favorite, going from least favorite to my favorite. This would come in as my least favorite. Only because I was never able to shake the stigma of the disco thing. I was never able to shake it off. But today, I like this album. It's a great production, great sound. I Was Made for Loving You is a great song. I don't think anyone could deny it. It is disco-y, but it's good. I like disco songs. But back then, in the 70s, you weren't allowed to say that or you'd get beat up. So this stuck with me, so that's why. But there's some good songs on here. I'm Sure Know Something is great. Charisma's great, you know. It's a good song. But this grew on me, so I do like it, but it's my least favorite. Out of all the classics, the next least favorite is this one, Dressed to Kill. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go back. My next least favorite would be Unmasked. I don't own it. I don't have it on CD. But that album also grew on me in later years. Has a lot of good songs. Naked City, Is That You, Torpedo Girl. It's a good album. I like it. It grew on me. This grew on me. And Unmasked grew on me. But I like Unmasked a little more than this. So I'd put that next. Then it would be Dressed to Kill. This has a lot of the classic songs, but I don't like the production of this album, the way it sounds. It's just not engineered right. But it has all the great songs. I never liked Room Service or Two Timer, but everything else is pretty good. I was never a big fan of the album cover. A lot of people like it. But to me, it seemed like they just ran out of money and said, oh, let's just throw our suits on and take a picture outside, which is actually what really happened. I think at this point they were broke. They were running out of money, and they did sort of a low-budget cover here. I never really liked it, but a lot of people like it. So, next would be Rock and Roll Over. Now, this spot between these two is very hard, but I'd have to put Rock and Roll Over next, at least favorite, because Love Gun I just loved as a kid, but this one is amazing. They're all amazing. At this point, they're all amazing, but I have to rank them. I think what did it for me on this album was the songs Baby Driver, Mr. Speed, Love 'Em and Leave 'Em. I just didn't like those songs. See You in Your Dreams, I don't like that one either. And it kind of killed it for me. But it does have great ones. Making Love is great. Hard Luck Woman is great. Ladies Room is great. Dr. Love, obviously. Take Me. It's good, but I wouldn't say it's one of their greatest. I Want You is a classic. Love 'Em and Leave 'Em isn't too bad. But too many clunkers on this for me. A few too many clunkers for that's what killed it for me. But this one I loved as a kid, from the artwork to the production sound. This had a great production too, Rock and Roll Over, good sound. So did Love Gun. Good production, good engineering, hard sound. But here we have, first of all, Love Gun is one of my favorite top Kiss songs. So being that that's on here is ranked higher. I don't like Hooligan. I think Hooligan's the only song I don't like on this album. Every other song I love. I Stole Your Love, Christine 16. Oh, Got Love for Sale I don't like. So there's two I don't like. Shock Me I love. Tomorrow and Tonight I always loved. Don't know why people don't like it. I think it's a great song. Love Gun, obviously. Plaster Caster's amazing. And I love the way Paul sings Then She Kissed Me. So this one, and the artwork did it for me as a kid. It's just, I love this cover. I even drew it as a kid. I still have the drawing somewhere, but so Love Gun, one of my top Kiss albums. The final three. Out of the final three, I'd have to put this next as my least favorite. Heading towards my number one, the debut album, Kiss. Why? Because of the sound again. Something about the production of this album, the way they sound here, just something about it doesn't grab, it just rubs me the wrong way, like Dressed to Kill. But if you hear these songs on a live, forget it. They're amazing. They're amazing on here too. It's just something about the production of this. But here's all the greatest songs. Again, some classic songs, all of them. Strutter, None to Lose, Firehouse, Cold Gin. Even Let Me Know is good. Kissin' Time, whatever. Deuce, Love Theme. 100,000 and Black Diamond. Those are my two top Kiss songs, by the way. Black Diamond is my favorite Kiss song. 100,000 Years, second. Love Gun would be third. Got to Choose and Detroit Rock City are the top 5 Kiss songs for me. Believe it or not. So Black Diamond, my favorite, 100,000. I'd probably put Love Gun next, Detroit, and then Got to Choose. Those 5 songs they do it for me. They do. My second favorite Kiss album, Hotter Than Hell. This is one of the first albums I ever got as a kid. This is the first Kiss album I ever got. My friend Artie, who lived around the corner, hated Kiss. He handed me this album. I don't know how old I was. 10 or whatever, 11. When I saw this cover, and it was the album then, it just grabbed. I'm like, wow, who the fuck are these guys? It's like the coolest thing I ever saw in my life. And I immediately was drawn to Paul for some reason. I don't know. Which I just saw myself in him, you know. That's what Kiss fans, the hardcore guys, they just gravitate to one of these guys. You know, they see themselves in him. That's why I played him. But I don't know, black and white, and then the rest is just this. And then when I put it on, forget it. Even this, the production is amazing. This production, it's a little distorted. When you listen to it, it's kind of has a distorted sound, almost like a Master of Reality Black Sabbath album. That kind of distorted sound, but it sounds really great, the songs on this album. Got to Choose, Parasite sounds amazing on here. Going Blind, Hotter Than Hell, Let Me Go, Watching You. This is Kiss. If anyone wants to know what Kiss is, or if you never listened to Kiss, put these two albums on in any order you want. This is Kiss right here. Okay? So, and my all-time favorite album, Kiss album, Destroyer. This is their Dark Side of the Moon with Pink Floyd. This is their masterpiece. This album is amazing. From the engineering, to the music, to the sound, everything. The group, Detroit Rock City, King of the Nighttime World, which is probably should be slipped into my top 5. What an amazing song. The way this enters, the dramatic entrance of this song just makes the hair on your back stand up. God of Thunder, Great Expectations is amazing by Gene Simmons. Flaming Youth, the way they played this live on some bootlegs. You have to see the Jersey City, New Jersey concert, Roosevelt Stadium. The way they play sounds here on that concert. Amazing. Sweet Pain, Shout It Out Loud. Beth, Do You Love Me? Not a big fan of Do You Love Me, but this, produced by Bob Ezrin, who produced The Wall of Pink Floyd. You hear his influence in this, a lot of background sort of noise, but wow. This is it. Destroyer, top Kiss album. And that's about it.